be courageous is to be noble, is to have the highest morals and values possible, and to fight for them. This is being courageous. Courage without the link to compassion or the ability to see what is right or wrong is not courage, it's evil. You can be a great warrior, but if you fight for the wrong cause, you are not courageous. You are just plain brutal and evil character. And so courage is always linked to what is pure, what is good, the things that are worth fighting for, are worth your courage. This is why it's courage. It has nothing to do with strength or with the ability to dare yourself to do something you never did. This is not a courageous thing to do. It's only courage when you fight for what is right against what is evil or wrong. The word itself, courage, is often misunderstood by many for being something that is just daring. But daring is not being courage, because you can dare to do something you were afraid to do. But if it will not benefit others, it is not a courageous thing to do. It's only courageous when your action influences your surrounding in such a way that it's noticeable. You changed reality for the better by your action. And for it to change, you had to do something courageous. And to do something courageous is always to confront evil, or to confront ignorance, which is evil, or stupidity, which is evil. Ignorance can be dangerous, and it takes courage to confront this great primitive notions and say the right things or represent the right values and stand tall and say this is the right way to do things. This is the correct and courageous way. And people use the word courage very loosely for many things, and many politicians can take this word and use it to, I don't know, make people feel very patriotic about their land. But we are talking about true courage, about the true meaning of courage. True meaning of courage and the true meaning of everything. When you use words like compassion or love or hate or courage, it's only words you are saying. It's something without a meaning. But when we talk about the deeper meaning of courage and where to find it, so now that we know what courage is, that it is not connected to daring or to just doing something dangerous or that people usually don't do. This is not a courageous thing to do. It's only courageous when you confront evil. It's only courageous when you represent the power of what is all that is good, the power of this thing that is without name. You can call it God, you can call it all nothingness like I call it, or without a name. But only when you represent the highest values possible against something that is happening, and you act in a way that prevents like something from happening, actively being very, very present in the moment, in what is happening. This is a courageous thing to do. This is the only definition I have to offer you about courage. All the other things are psychological structures. Maybe you confront yourself, maybe you have issues and you dare to do something. This is not courage. Courage is what people did during the Holocaust, when I made a documentary about a woman when the Second World War, she hid 39 people, Jews, in her basement, underneath her kitchen for 2.5 years, and then she had to provide them with food, and she had to lie to her entire family. And this, if they caught her, if the Nazis caught her, she would be executed. And she was pregnant, and she had a baby, and she risked everything for these people. This was under the definition of courage. This is a courageous thing to do. Fortunately, we don't live in Second World War, and we don't have to prove our courage in this extreme way. But every day we are given a chance to show our courage. And it is a beautiful thing to show, because when you show your courage, people know that. People notice it. It leaves a great mark, because you see something, you say, wow, this was amazing. He had such strength to do this. You know that someone did a courageous act. But in your day-to-day world, the offers to be encouraged are more humble. It doesn't matter. It's the same. It's the same mechanism. It's the same when you think about authenticity and you think about who you truly are as a character, and when you act in the world. Sometimes it's very courageous just to be who you are in front of other people. And because sometimes they are, like I said, ignorant, and you have to enlighten them about something, but it's not a convenient place to be. Maybe you're afraid that they will think you are condescending, or they will hate you for it, or you'll be shunned for saying the right thing. And maybe you are right, and this is what will happen. But if you want to keep your spine, what you have on your back, your spine, to be who you are, you have to respect your own values and morals and represent them and act according to them, even if there is an objection to them. And this is courage. Sometimes you prefer not to stick out and not to say the things. And no, it's much easier to live in a calm kind of way, not confronting anyone, not saying what you think or mean. Because why? It will not help. And sometimes it will not help. And sometimes it's plain dangerous for you to say that. And I'm not talking about these circumstances. I think, and I know that as a person, as a character, when you live your life, throughout your lives, every moment is an opportunity for you to show yourself to yourself the story. And in this moment, you have all the things, the tools that are necessary to analyze the situation and to know how to act. So I know that you will never jeopardize yourself by saying something or being courageous in the wrong way. Remaining loyal to yourself and your morals and who you are and what you represent in a society that doesn't do that. It's very hard. But it's the only thing you can do in order for you to be complete and to really just without interruption, be who you are. So in the present moment, which is not the present moment, you, which is not you, you know, all this beautiful thing that is emptiness and nothingness. But in the game, and let's pretend that there is a present moment and you are someone and you want to be who you are and be loyal to your values, you must first see if what you believe in is true and then represent it. And when I say that, I think you must fight ignorance by looking at things and learning about them. If it is a political issue and wars and everything you see around you, you have to really, really study about it and know, and not jump to conclusions and think you are very courageous, because now there are many ignorant, miserable people, ignorant, that support Hamas as freedom fighters. It is a terror organization, legally, it's been declared as one, and people are marching in the streets and fighting and declaring that they are freedom fighters and singing from the river to the sea, or the chants. They know nothing about Hamas or the dispute or what really happened on October 7th and before, how big Israel is. They don't know anything, but I can tell you that when they wrap the flag of the green, red flag around them and put the keffiyeh on their heads, and they are not Arabs, they are not Muslims, they are people who think that they are very courageous to go out and fight for those miserable, miserable Palestinians that are Hamas. And they feel that they do a very important, courageous thing because they confront police and they chant, and it can be dangerous, but it is not a courageous thing. It is a stupid thing, and that if they bothered to look deeper into, they would know and be ashamed of themselves for praising a terror organization. So before you act on your values and morals, it's worth looking at what you represent as a character. There's one example for a not courageous thing that is masquerading as a courageous thing. And in your daily life, you can see that things can be similar, that you think you act in a courageous way, but basically you act out of ignorance, you act out of anger, you act out of vain. I don't know what is the source of your action. It's not courage. Courage is pure. It's pure. It's not infected because it's like an instinct coming from not the person, it's the thing itself just being aligned with itself and acting freely and beautifully. This is why courageous actions are so beautiful. They're full of mercy. They're full of compassion, because they are the thing itself expressing freely, because this is the highest thing you can do. Act against these evils of the world. Act in a way that confronts them. This is a courageous and represent all that is good. This is courage. This is what we are. And this is what you cannot, it is an unmistakable thing. When you see someone doing a courageous thing, you cannot not know that. You know he's been very, very courageous. He expresses courage. And so the best thing you can do is just to ask yourself and really know what you represent, and look at your set of values and see if you connect in your actions to these values. When you act, where are you acting from towards the situation, and are you helping others by your action? This is a courageous thing to do. This is the moral and correct thing to do. In spite of what everyone might say, there are things that are true and things that pretend to be truth. And the ability to know and represent truth is the highest possible thing, because truth is good, and it leads to the involvement and protection of everything, of every living thing. Truth protects life. Lies and ignorance take lives. If it's in cults, this is why I think getting out of a cult is one of the most courageous things a person can do. Is to represent what is true against what is false. It's confronting the lie, which is the cult, which claims to be the truth, and representing truth in such a way, in an active way, leaving the lie and exposing the lie. This is, for me, one of the highest ways a character can show courage. Representing truth, exposing lies, showing courage, beautiful, beautiful song of liberation and freedom is the main thing of it is the courage to be who we are, to be what you are, who you are, in great authenticity, from the place of knowing. If you don't know, learn about everything, know, ask, criticize, be present in the moment, and then throughout all this knowledge and all this pure intention, the pure courage, which is the thing itself, expresses itself in a beautiful action, always representing everything that is good.